Hello friends, welcome you to Mohan Sir's classes. In this class we will learn about introductory there. Today we will learn about introductory there. So let us begin the class introductory there. In this class, we will look at the use of there as an empty subject to introduce new information or the main content of a sentence. So, in this class, we will look what? The use of there as an empty subject. Understood? In this class, we will learn use of there as an empty subject. For what? To introduce a new information. Understood? We will learn how to introduce there. Understood? Or use of there as a empty subject for what? For introducing new information or the main content of the sentence. We can also use it to manipulate the position of subject, object and clause in the sentence. So we will also use there for manipulating the position of the subject, object and clauses in the sentence. This allows us to describe or report things in direct way to create a more impersonal style often found in formal English. So this allow us, which one? There. It will allow us to what? Describe or report in an indirect way, not directly, rather indirectly, and to create more impersonal style. That means we can, which using of there will help us to report indirect way. In same time, it will help us to create a more impersonal style which we can found in the formal English. Rule number 1, that how to introduce there or how to use there. Rule number 1. We use there as an empty subject plus is are to introduce new information and to say that something exists or happens. What is rule number 1? Rule number 1 is that we use there as an empty subject. Understood? Plus is are. First of all, we will be use there as an empty subject plus we have to add helping verb is are for introducing what? Introducing a new information or to say something exists or happens. Let us go through example. If you are looking for a cafe, there's one opposite the station. It is a new information. It is a new information. Look at the sentence. If you are looking for a cafe. Leave it about this sentence. Let's go for the second sentence. There is one opposite the station. Look at, okay, begins with there. There plus is. As look at the rule. There plus or the empty subject plus is are. So that's why look at the example here. What is mentioned? There is one opposite the station. So there plus is. Then what happened? It is introduce a new information. It is a new information. The question is that if you are looking for a cafe, there is one opposite the station. It is a new information. So in that case, we will use there. Second, 51 states exist in the USA. 51 states exist in the USA. Look at the sentence here now. There are 51 states in the USA. That means what happened? There plus are plus 51 states in the USA. What does it mean? That means something exists. It is what? Something exists. That means there are 51 states in the USA. Next, three murders happens in the film. Three murder happened in the film. Look at the second sentence. There are three murder happened. There are three murders in the film. That means what? Look at the sentence. There plus is plus what happened? It says something about which happened. This one. That means there are three murders happened in the film. Next sentence, is the bank situated near here? Is a bank situated near here? Look at the sentence now. Is there bank near here? It is also what? Is plus there, then a bank near here. It is also what? A information. So that's why we will use there as a empty subject plus is for what? For introducing a new information or to say something that is exist or to say some things that happens. So hope you understood rule number 1, how to use introductory there. We often uses there is are to introduce a or describe a character of or a place or to set sense when telling a story or joke. So what does this rule says? This rule says that we often use there and is are for what? Either to introduce or describe a character or a place. Understood? For introducing or describing a character or a place or to set the sense when telling a story or joke. That means while we are telling a story or a joke, so to introduce or to describe a character, a place or the sense, we use introductory there. Let me repeat once more. When we are telling a story or joke, to describe or to introduce a character, place or to the sense, we use introductory there. Let us look some example. At the top of the hill, there's a small cafe with wonderful views over the bay. So, look at the sentence carefully. At the top of the hills, there's a small cafe with wonderful views over the bay. So here, as the story is going on, the narrator is pointing out that or to introduce a place. Look at here. There is a small cafe with wonderful view over the bay. So it is an introduction or introductory to a place. That's why according to our rule that while we are telling a story or joke, to introduce or to describe about a character or place, we use introductory there. So here the introductory what? It is introduced about a place. What? A small cafe. That's why we have used introductory there over here. There is a small cafe with wonderful views over the bay. Let's go for second example. There is an Englishman, an Irishman and a Scotsman who go into a bar. That means here what happened? We are introducing character. Three character. Englishman, Irishman, Scotsman. So for introducing these three men or three character, we have used here introductory there. So hope understood this rule that while we are telling a story or joke, to describe or to introduce a story, character, place or the sense of the story, we use introductory there plus is are. Note: there is are usually followed by an indefinite noun phrase, not a definite noun phrase. That means while we are introducing or using introductory there plus is are, so it must or it is followed by what? An indefinite noun phrase. That means it doesn't followed by a definite noun phrase. It followed by an indefinite noun phrase. Listen carefully. There plus is are usually followed by indefinite noun phrase. It doesn't follow definite noun phrase. So let us look at one example. In the hotel lobby, there is the cash machine. In the hotel lobby, there is the cash machine. So what happened? This is definite noun phrase. This is definite noun phrase. That's why it is incorrect. That's why it is incorrect. Why? Look at here. The cash machine. We know that article the is a definite article. So it is what happened? Definite noun phrase. Cash machine is a noun. That's why the definite article plus noun as the join, it form what? A noun phrase. So it is incorrect. So what is correct then? In the hotel lobby, there is a cash machine. It is what happened? It is indefinite noun phrase. How? Because look at here. Article A is used. Article A is used. That's why it is indefinite noun phrase. So from this note, what you learn? That means introductory there plus is are, they usually followed by indefinite noun phrase. They don't followed by definite noun phrase. Next rule. But we can use there is are with definite noun phrase when we are reminding someone of something they already know or pointing something out. So what does this sentence or this rule says? That means we also can use there plus is are with the definite noun phrase. From the above we learn that we don't use definite noun phrase or introductory there plus is are doesn't follow the definite noun phrase, but it followed only indefinite noun phrase. But here it is says that we can use there plus is are with definite noun phrase when, that means when we are reminding someone of something, when we are reminding someone of something that only we know, or pointing out something, we use definite noun phrases. Let us look at the example. Don't forget, there is a cash machine in the lobby if you run out of money. Or we can say, don't forget, there is the cash machine in the lobby if you run out of money. So what it says? Reminding somebody or something they know. That means it is reminding someone. If you want money, so don't forget that there is a cash machine or there is the cash machine. Either we can use there is a cash machine, or we can also use what? Or we can say there is the cash machine. That means we can use you can use the indefinite noun phrase. In same time we can also use definite noun phrase. Why? Because we are reminding somebody or something they know, because that person to whom we are sending or reminding, he or she already know that there is a cash machine or there is the cash machine. So something it is known to him or her, that's we are reminding. So in that case we can use definite noun phrase. Next, look, there is the cash machine next to the porter's desk. That means pointing something out. Here what happened? We are pointing. Look, that means we are addressing or we are pointing. There is a cash machine, we can say, or you can say there is the cash machine. So it is pointing out something. So in that case we can use definite noun phrase, or there plus is or can be followed by definite noun phrase. So far we have been discussing about rule number 1. Now let us go to rule number 2. What does rule number 2 says? We can use all form of be after there including modal form. We can use all forms of be after introductory there. What is the meaning of be? We know that in grammar there is a be verb. What are the be verb? Those are is, am, are, was, were, then being, been. Understood? Is, am, are, was, were, being, been. These are the be verb. So that's why it is said that we can use all form of the be verb after there including modal forms. Even modal forms also can be used after introductory there. Understood? After introductory there we can use is, am, are, was, were, being, been, or modal forms. Let us look at some example. Once upon a time there were 3 little bears. So here is the introductory there, and after there be verb where is used. Understood? Next, there will be an interval of 20 minutes during the performance. Look at here, the sentence is introduced by introductory there. Thereafter what is the be verb? Will be. Next, there must have been 1,000 applicants for the post. This sentence also what? Begins or start with introductory there and followed by a modal form. Next, so what you learn, that means after the introductory there we can use all form of be verb, that means is, am, are, was, were, being, been, and modal forms. Next rule, the form of be agrees with the complement. This is another rule, the form of be agrees with the complement. So what is complement? Already in the previous class I have taught you that what is complement. That means to complete the incomplete sentence, the word or phrase which we use, those word and phrase are called what? Complement. So look at the sentence or example over here. There is only one answer to this question. So there is what happened? There is only, it is incomplete sentence. It is incomplete sentence. To complete this one, we have used what? One answer to this question. This is what? Complement. Which one? This one answer is the complement. So it says that what? What is our rule? The form of be agrees with the complement. What is the form of be over here? Is the form of be. And what is the complement? One answer. That means the form be is agreed or is agreed with one answer. Next, there were 2 ways out of the building. Here, be verb is were and complement is 2 ways. So here be verb is agree with the complement and it is introduced by the introductory there. That's why it is said that there were 2 ways out of the building. What is not? But in conversational English we sometimes use there is with a plural complement. When we talk or the conversational English or spoken English, we can use there is with a plural complement. We know that there is, it is a singular. There is, it is singular, but in conversational English, what happened? We can also use in the plural complement. Look at the example below. There is two ways we can do this. Two ways. It is plural, isn't it? Two ways. It is plural. But look at the be verb. It is what? Singular. So in the conversational English, we sometimes use there is with a plural complement. So hope all of you understood rule number 2. What is rule number 2? That means we can use all kinds of be form. That means is, am, are, was, were, being, been, and modal verb after introductory there. Let us learn rule number 3. There plus be can followed by a noun plus participle phrase. That means introductory there plus be form can be followed by a noun plus participle phrase. So let us go through some of the example. There is a strange old man sitting in the corner. There is a strange old man sitting in the corner. So this one, there plus be verb, thereafter noun, strange old man sitting in the corner. So this is what? Noun plus participle phrase. Next, there are two scales of temperature used in science. What happened? This is introductory there plus be from are, thereafter two scales of temperature used in science. What? Noun plus participle phrase. Note, when we are describing a single action, we use a full relative clause. Listen carefully. While or when we are describing a single action, then what we use? We use a full relative clause. So let us take an example. In 1755, there was an earthquake destroyed much of the Lisbon. In 1755, there was an earthquake destroyed much of Lisbon. It is incorrect. So what is correct? In 1755, there was an earthquake which destroyed much Lisbon. We know here the word which, it is what? An interrogative pronoun. It is an interrogative pronoun, so it is used, or we can say it is relative pronoun, which is a relative pronoun. That's why which one? Destroyed much of Lisbon. It is what? A clause. As this clause is introduced by a word or relative pronoun, that's why this sentence destroyed much of Lisbon is called relative clause. So it is described about a single action. What is the single action? An earthquake. In 1755, there was an earthquake which destroyed much Lisbon. As it is introducing or describing about a single action, that's why we have used a word relative clause over here. Next, in former English, verbs with future meaning, example, anticipate, expect, envisage, intend can be followed by there plus to be or being. That means in a formal English, the verb which are having the future meaning. Which are the verb? Some examples are given like anticipate, expect, envisage, intend. This all can be followed by what? There plus to be or there plus being. Let us go through an example. The organizer did not expect there to be quite such an overwhelming response. Here, what is the future meaning word? Expect. The organizer didn't expect. what? There to be quite such a overwhelming response. That means they didn't expect that they have to be face or to be or there to be such kinds of what? Overwhelming responsibility. So here what happened? We have used there plus to be. Next example, we don't anticipate there being a resistance from the anti-hunting lobby. What happened here? And the future word or future meaning word anticipate is used. That's why we have used what? There plus being. There plus being. So this is what about rule number 3. That means there plus be can be followed by a noun plus participle phrase. Next is rule number 4 or the last rule. Words and expression after there plus be, we commonly use there plus be with the following words and expression. What does this sentence say that? Words and expression after there plus be. What we do? We commonly use what? There plus be with the following words and expression. That means introductory there plus be, it can be used by the following words and expression that we will discuss from the following table. Let us go to the table. First one what? There plus be plus quantifiers. What are the quantifiers? Like any, some, much, many, several, more. All these are quantifier. So what? There plus be plus quantifier. So let us take some example. First one. Are there any more issues outstanding? Are there any more issues outstanding? So this is a question. That's what happened. We have taken the be verb first. What is the be verb first? Are. Next we have taken introductory are. Next quantifier what? Any more. Any more. So what happened? Are there any more issues outstanding? That means in this way also we can use introductory there. Second example, there are several. Always we can tackle this. That means there are several ways we can tackle this. Look at here. First of all, introductory there. Thereafter be verb, be from are. Next quantifier several. So there are several ways we can tackle this. So in this way also we can use introductory there. Next look at this way. There plus be plus indefinite pronouns. What are the indefinite pronouns? Like a somebody, nothing, nobody, no one. So these are what? Indefinite pronouns. So in this way also we can use introductory there. Look at the sentence here. I have had a good luck and there is nothing to report. I have had a good luck. It's a good look and there is nothing to report. Look at the word. There is nothing to report. Introductory there plus be verb is. Next indefinite pronoun what? Is used here. So nothing is used here. Indefinite pronoun nothing is used here. So I have had a good look and there is nothing to report. Second example. Isn't there somebody here who can help us? Isn't there somebody here who can help us? So it is a question. That's why first of all we have taken is. Be form, thereafter introductory there, thereafter indefinite pronoun somebody. That's why isn't there somebody here who can help us. Next, there plus be plus bound, certain, expected, likely, sure, supposed plus to be. In this way also we can use introductory there. Let us see example. If the government goes ahead, there is sure to be an outcry from the miners. Look at the sentence carefully. If the government goes ahead. Our topic is now there's sure to be an outcry from the miners. Here introductory there plus is plus what happened? What sure. Next to be is used. That's why it is said that if the government goes ahead, there's sure to be an outcry from the miners. So according to our rule, first of all the introductory there, then plus you see that okay is. Next what happened? Out of that okay certain words we have used the word sure. So thereafter to be. So in this way we can use introductory there. Let us look one more example. Hang on, there was supposed to be a television in the room. Hang on, there was supposed to be a television in the room. So let's go through the rule. First of all, what? Introductory there. Next be from was, then the word supposed to be. So in this way we can use introductory there. Hang on, there was supposed to be a television in the room. Next rule, there plus be plus problem, difficulty, trouble plus ing form. Understood? We can introduce or use introductory there in this way also. How? There plus be form plus problem, difficulty, trouble plus ing form. Let us look at some example. There won't be any trouble, get back. It is what? Wrong sentence. What is the right one then? There won't be any trouble getting back. There won't be any trouble getting back. So let us follow the rule. First of all, introductory there. Thereafter be form. Only I have told you that either we can use what be form or the modal form. So here what happened? Won't is the modal form. Next what? Among these three words we have taken what? Trouble. Next ing form is getting back. So there won't be any trouble getting back. So according to rule, first of all we have used introductory there. Next the be form or modal form. Next we have used the word trouble. Thereafter ing form getting back. That's why this sentence is there won't be any trouble getting back. Next rule, there plus appear, happen, seems, tend, used plus to be. In this way also we can introduce a introductory. Let us look at example. There used to be a house at the end of the common. So let us follow the rule. First of all, introductory there. Next, the word used to. Understood? Then to be. So according to what happened? There plus used, then to be. The sentence is completed now. There used to be a house at the end of the common. Another sentence. Researchers noticed that there tends to be a higher number of influenza cases in warm winter. So look at this sentence. First of all, what? Introductory there. Then we use the word tends according to our rule. Next we use what? To be, and the sentence what? Completed. Researchers noticed that there tends to be a higher number of influenza cases in warm winters. So in this way also we can use introductory there. Second last rule. There plus passive reporting verb, example, is said to be, is thought of to be, plus an indefinite noun phrase This is used to describe a general feeling or belief. Let us look at some example. This one, there are thought of to be several other senior officers implicated in the cover up. So what is the rule? Look at the rule. There is here. Next, a passive reporting verb, that means is to be, is thought to be. Look at here. Thought to be. Is there? Several. So what happened? In this way also we can introduce introductory there. There are thought to be several other senior officers implicated in the cover up. One more example. In Jairel alone, there are believed to be more than 1 million sufferers of the disease. Look at the sentence here. They are believed to be. Introductory there plus be verb are, thereafter what? Passive form. Believed to be. Next, indefinite noun phase. And the last rule is that in formal written English we can use there plus arise, arrive, come, emerge, enter, exist, follow, live, occur, remain, result, sit, stand, take place, etc. So in this way also we can introduce introductory there. Look at some 3 example. Deep inside her there arose a desperate hope. What happened? There plus arose. There plus arose. So we can use in this way also. Next example. At the crime scene, there remained little in the way of physical evidence. So there plus remain. There plus remain. Next, third one. There follows a full list of our current terms and condition of the trend of trading. See what happened here? Therefore, there plus follows. So in this way also we can introduce introductory there. So this is what about some of the rule about how to use introductory there, and hope all of you understood. If you have any doubt, just go through the notes and read line by line, you will better understand.